Are there any other art forms that you use as expression of your feelings, except for music and maybe writing?
Yeah, it's basically music and writing. I did the acting experience last summer. It was they call it an extravagant opera, and they mixed in sopranos and classical singers, 60 musicians on stage with the Navy band. You know, big structure, like more theater, where I was actually playing the role of a pirate god, something like that. And it was very enjoyable, but difficult for me in a way. But my main means are definitely writing and singing. Yeah.
Were there things that you took from that role you had in the opera to Moonspell?
That Moonspell is easy, you know, to handle, because on the opera. With Moonspell I play for years, so we look at each other and we know exactly what to do and where we are at. But with those people coming from so different backgrounds, especially with the classic singers, it was sometimes hard to get like a unity in a way. But I've learned a lot. I've learned how to be patient, more hardworking as well. And I think you know, if I could do that and get away with it, because it was a big success in Portugal. I can definitely be on a stage with a metal band, so that was the lesson I learned. Yeah.
Because you also did a duet with Anneke.
Yeah, we did, and she's here today to help us out. She's been on tour with us for a couple of dates: London, Paris, today Tilburg, and probably Cologne in Germany. That was for the last album. It was an album that was had this feminine like presence about it, like the earth and destruction and all of that. So I started writing a song called Scorpion Flower, and we arrived to the chorus, and I thought that it could be like someone like of a female vocal, like just taking it the step I wanted, and immediately the name that came to my mind was Anneke, because for me she's the mother of all the other singers. Mm-hmm. In a way, she started off this kind of style with a metal band at the time, The Gathering. They had a very rock metal sound. At the time, and she's just, you know, good friend, lovely person, very talented, and I think the moment of that song, of that duet live, Scorpion Flower, is something really special for our fans.
Was this femininity a big theme in Moonspell? Is it yeah? What ways do you would you describe the feminine parts?
Well, I love women, and for me it's a mystery, you know, and I want to find more about them. I just don't mean only on a sexual way, but there's much more than that. I think they have a vision of the world that we beasts, men, do not have, and that vision interests me very, very much.
Do you think you understand women?
No, never. But I think the questions are in or the answering is in the questions. You know, it's like going through the path. It's very, very interesting to know. Yesterday there was this big moment, like well, small moment in a way, or was that in London? Oh, it was yesterday in Paris. Anneke was speaking with a black metal guy from Gorgoroth. And, you know, they look very powerful with their corpse paint or whatever. They were just chatting. The guy was feeling sick. But Anneke, on her pink bag and her clothes, for me looked much more powerful, because it's more genuine. I think the female power, female energy is more genuine. And women love men that think like this. Can tell you that.
Okay, no, that's a good advice then. Yeah, I read in one of your sum up things what you like. You have a love for Moscow. Is
yes.
there maybe a parallel that you live in Lisbon, if I'm right?
Yes, I live in Lisbon.
Are there parallels, or what do you love about Moscow so much?
No, that's not really a parallel. I mean, I have to say I will never move out of Lisbon. For me, it's a great city, and I get to travel a lot and tour a lot. But my roots and my thing is Lisbon and Portugal. But one of the cities that made me like wonder if I could live there was definitely Moscow.
What does it have?
Well, first it's a crushing city, you know. You feel very crushed about not only its beauty, but about it being very epic in proportion. And then when I was a kid, my aunt was she still is a militant of the Communist Party. So we sat down before the Berlin Wall came down watching on TV the Soviet parades that were you know, broadcasted after the American parades because of the Cold War, and I found everything very impressive in a way. So when I went there for the first time, I've been 4 times already in Moscow playing, especially knowing that we had, you know, sold out venues there and fans from Russia, and just walk all there, like in Arabat Street and, you know, the Kremlin, the Red Square, St. Nicholas Cathedral. It's a beautiful and crushing town, and also it shows up a lot in one of my favorite writers, Mikhail Bulgakov from Russia. I think he was Ukrainian before, but anyway, he's considered like a Russian author. So I like to see things by myself. So I really had a good time there. Even for me as a Portuguese, it was like really cold. So.